we all saw what happened, and it's pretty serious. A few seconds later, as soon as we start running, my nephew, he's autistic, so he was pointing behind us and he was saying blanky, which he'll usually say whenever he feels unsafe or scared. And he was pointing behind us. So me and my brother, we look behind us, and then we see these 3 9-10 foot tall creatures. I'm not gonna say aliens. Everyone keeps saying it's aliens. I'm not saying aliens because I don't know what it was.
Mano, pior que mexe esquisito demais.
A video allegedly taken at a U.S. military base in Iraq in 2018, just released by a journalist named Jeremy Corbell, who claims that it was buried by the intelligence community. Look at this. He calls this thing, whatever craft it is, a jellyfish.
And today he dropped yet another image of a separate UFO sighting. It's being called the Chandelier UFO because of its shape. A new documentary series hosted by Corbell shows the moment he speaks to an unidentified U.S. intelligence official about this puzzling image.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
That's professional, isn't it? Forgot to add myself. Good evening, folks. Welcome to Alien Addicts on a fine and I don't know what type of evening it is. It's a messed up evening, I'll tell you that much. One, my beard needs a good trimming. But two, there's a lot going on, and I need help with this. This is why I never go on my own, because right now there's just too much. Without further ado, I scream my lad.
What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Nick.
You are good?
Is Nick there?
You all right?
Nick is there. There he is. Nick's you gone a bit funny, mate. You've gone a bit blurry, a bit like some of that UFO footage that we're getting.
All right, yeah. Some bloody aliens popping up behind me in a portal.
There he is. Right there. He's back in the room. I think we've got Mr. Forbes joining us at some point in the evening as well. He's doing some errands. Cool. So yeah, everything seems to have what a start to the freaking year. Really, it's been insane.
Yeah, it's opened up. It's definitely opened up a little bit quicker than what I expected. I mean, if you roll in from the Miami aliens, and everything keeps changing with that 7 foot to 10 foot. I mean, it's all over the place, all the different reports that are coming out on it. And then obviously the Jellyfish UFO and the Chandelier UAP that we're seeing. And man, it's really loading up here at the start.
It is. I mean,
yeah,
Go on, Nick. Nick, we're losing you, mate. You might want to jump off and jump back on.
Oh,
maybe polish your router.
The router?
Yeah, we've definitely lost him.
Yeah. But what about the TMZ stuff? Did you watch that 3-part docuseries, Ollie?
No, I haven't yet. No, I haven't had a chance. Good?
I'm one episode in, and to be frank with you, we skipped a little bit of the center section. We got some food, and I was like, what am I going to put on to watch while I eat? So I just simply threw that on. It was ready to go, and the beginning is okay. A lot of the same kind of stuff that we've heard about before, but obviously nearing the end, that's really where everything comes out with the Jellyfish UFO. That's what you paid the free money for, I guess. The Tubi situation, which Tubi, what is Tubi, Ollie? I've never even heard of this platform.
So apparently Tubi, I looked. Tubi's, I think Tubi's a bit like YouTube. I think I could be getting that wrong. I know they've got quite a few million subscribers, but like YouTube's got the billions. So,
yeah, for me, I've never heard of this Tubi before. It kind of looked like the Netflix background when you open it up, but I don't know if they're related or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Is it free is it a free subscription? Can you check it out? Is it?
It is. You can sign in as a guest and watch. I didn't make an account or anything like that. I couldn't be bothered. But maybe if they get some better stuff down the road, or they do some more content, maybe I'll sign up for it for free or something. Who knows?
Well, if it's free, we can all have a nosy. I think I can't remember what show I was listening to, but somebody said on the show that it could be like it's probably is a money thing in terms of like who wants this, a platform that might be trying to getting some new blood to there, maybe people from the UFO community. I mean, I'm all for if you want to make a bit of money, make a bit of money. Why not? I don't know what I want to make of the Jellyfish UFO, and I'm sure we're going to go back and forth. And if Ashton does join us tonight, we'll definitely probably go back over some stuff. But some of the debunks, I just think are kind of stupid that I'm seeing of these. I'll be honest. When I first looked at it, I kind of thought it was a smudge until I even put a tweet out and said it's not a smudge. You can see this thing is actually moving. It does. The angle changes. Unless the poo is kind of like moving.
Wet? You think it's wet?
Wet poo, yeah. No, I don't think. And also, I don't think it would focus on it either, because if something's that close to a lens like that, I don't think you're even going to see it. You'd probably just see a bit of blur in the image, but you wouldn't see the actual objects. I definitely think the object's there. I've seen the. Have you seen the Eid balloons?
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. I've seen that early on too. The original post where the guy said, hey, I built this in Photoshop. And then, God, I love Green Street, but he jumped right on that thing and posted, and he's like, yeah, here it is. And I'm like, oh no, man. It's Photoshop.
Anybody, I've made my own, anybody can do it. It's like,
how much time did you spend on that? Come on.
Like 15 minutes before the show. Last minute I thought, Lee mentioned something about this, maybe I should do it. And then I just thought like 15 minutes before I thought, yeah, I'll do a Mick West face
yeah, but he doesn't even really have a good answer yet for it. Nobody does. I don't have a good one yet,
No. And this is the funny thing about it. The debunkers are going crazy with it. Because no, it's balloons, it's a smudge, they're getting so frustrated.
Well, I figured we'd know by now. I mean, my mom called me the other night and she was talking about the Miami aliens and the Jellyfish UFO, and she goes, well, what do you think the Jellyfish UFO is? And I said, it's ufology, Mom. You got to wait a few days and somebody will pull up and they'll get something that looks like it and they'll figure it out. And here we are on Friday. What's that?
What have you done to your mother getting her into conspiracies?
She likes it. She calls me all the time. And the other day she was texting me and she was with some of her friends and she texted me, define UAP and all this stuff. And I think she was like reading all this stuff back and I was laughing. But yeah, I mean, so I figured we'd have an answer, and here we are Friday and we still don't. Not that I've seen.
No. And then all of a sudden the chandelier drops, and
I know.
I'm sure there's like some sort of good thumbnail there with chandelier and drop. I should have thought of that.
Well, you were busy with Mick West, right? You were busy with him.
I was too busy with that. There you go.
God,
That's
it looks like
great.
it looks like a Silent Hill monster, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It does a little
My
bit,
guy's
yeah.
camera okay, yeah? Is it more good?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you're
fine
good.
now. I don't know what happened
Okay.
before. I think the powers that be was trying to take us out. You know, we're onto something here.
Blame the missus.
What'd you
But,
think about it, Nick, when you seen the jellyfish the first time?
Well, I had a couple of questions. Well, first of all, why did Jeremy Corbell wait until 3 months after the initial photograph that came out of the jellyfish, which you mentioned on Rogan, and then the photograph came out a few months after that, and now he's released the footage. So, Jeremy, what's going on, bruv? What's going on here then? But honestly, I don't know, man. It's thermal footage. It's not that clear. I have to admit, I've never seen anything quite like it. In terms like the chandelier jellyfish type. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I find it very funny how the
You don't think it's
debunkers.
poo though? You don't think it's poo?
I don't think it's poo, man. No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
What
Because it
about
will more or
balloons?
less. No, if it was balloons, it would be a cluster. You know, you'll have the big balloons at the top, and yeah, I don't know, man. It could be Mick
The
West.
thing is with balloons, and I've seen balloons that are coupled together like that. You will get some movement, especially from the bottom ones.
Right.
You'll get
Sure.
something.
But it will also turn as well. The whole mass will turn itself, bit like a hot air balloon.
Yeah, the spin usually. Yeah.
Yeah, I find how all the debunkers sort of race to the debunker. It's like, okay, guys, take a step back a little bit. Let's have a bit of fun first. You know what I mean? But it's very odd, nevertheless. It's very strange footage.
We lost you
Yeah.
for a second there, but you're back.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
I
sorry.
was on board with it being balloons, but I agree, it just didn't move. And you know, I originally was thinking to myself, I didn't see the object move at all. I never noticed anything until I seen the video that I can't remember the guy on Twitter that posted it. But it's sped up and you can actually see it kind of twist. Have you seen that
Yeah.
video?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got that on. I should have put that in the intro. I didn't, but I do have that. I think I reposted it on my. Twitter
Yeah,
page.
that video is very cool. And
That's-
what I was before I seen that, Ali, you know what I thought? I thought, okay, this is a military platform that is tracking just a regular drone that's flying over there. And I said somebody took that video, put it in After Effects, went ahead and tracked that drone, and then just took that jellyfish photo and just stuck it on there, and it just floated around because it does look like chintzy just by looking at it. It looks like a sticker stuck on the screen. It's just moving, and I'm like, my God. And then you got to hear Corbell tell you, oh, you know, in the other half of the video, it goes into the water and it flies out and everything. It's like, where's that part of the video? God almighty, we never get that, you know?
It looks like the Star Wars drone.
Yeah,
Empire
that's
Strikes
cool.
Back.
That's definitely cool right there.
Yeah.
It just adds more ambiguity to it. That's crazy. I just don't know what it is.
Is there any sort of military technology that sort of resembles anything quite like that? What's the debunker saying on it?
Nothing that I've seen. All I've ever seen is just the poo and you know, maybe balloons. I'm telling you, it's very surprising, Nick. I've never seen everyone take this long to get something that was at least convincing to me for the answer, you know?
Well, bird poo is out of the question there because it's actually turning.
Right.
So, oh, God knows. I don't know what it is. Something out of Star Wars, isn't it?
Yeah, I seen the Star Wars picture. That was pretty cool too.
Ollie, you're on mute, mate.
Yeah.
I don't think they can debunk it. I honestly don't think they can debunk it.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna keep getting frustrated with it because they want to say it. They know they can't say it's shit now, so they want it to be balloons. If that second video comes out and we see that thing going into water, I think some people are gonna maybe owe Corbell a little apology, you know.
True.
Sure.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, the weird thing about that video to me is like, okay, so supposedly Corbell is saying what, that the video of it coming into the water and coming out of the water is classified, right? Essentially, it's buried, right? It would have to be probably classified. So how is the front part of the video that's actually showing us the thing, how is that not classified? You know, it seems like that would be classified. And if that is classified, how is Corbell getting away with posting classified video like this? I don't understand. Everybody else would be in jail, right?
Yeah, well, I saw
Yeah.
people saying things about, well, this is not the raw footage because you're filming it on your screen, then
Yeah.
you're showing us a certain part of it. But maybe there is something. I mean, who knows what Corbell gets, and maybe he just genuinely is in it, and he gets.
He must have
Yeah.
sources somewhere. He must have sources, some intel to get this footage.
Absolutely, and I think.
But like you said,
Go on, mate.
sorry, Ollie, go ahead, mate.
No. You go. I'm trying to pour a Guinness. I've never had a Guinness in my life.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh God.
I got one of those in the fridge. I should break one open with you.
Yeah, do it,
Right.
man.
Go ahead, Nick. What were you saying?
I was going to say, yeah, you're right, Ice Cream. It is odd how he managed to get all this information. All the footage, and he's not having any consequences for it.
Well, this is my thing, Nick. We have Arrow, right? If this is not classified footage, why isn't Arrow giving us video that's this quality? You know, this kind of resolution. I mean, it's not the greatest, but dude, it's a lot better than the stuff they were showing in the hearings. So
Definitely.
why aren't we? Yeah, cheers for sure. Oh, there you go. Dude, you're gonna love the Guinness, bro. It's the best. It's the best.
I'm on Bucks Fizz. It's the leftovers of Christmas alcohol, so they're cheap.
Right.
I know I'm cheap. Very much, but...
I got that because I'm thinking Guinness. It's probably that taste that I'm not gonna drink it as fast as I guzzle beers away. So
right.
I may be able to stay a better host for longer. That's my philosophy.
I just noticed that I'm wearing a Boston Red Sox hat and you're wearing a Yankees hat. This is the rivalry right here. I don't even watch baseball, man. This is just because the Irish.
I just do it because it's just a hat. I bought this in a shop when I was in Spain and my head was getting burnt and I went in the first shop and I went, I'll have that hat.
Isn't that a chav hat though, Ollie?
Probably, yeah.
Isn't it?
I'm a bit of a chav. It's fine.
That's all right then. Let that slip.
But you guys know what I'm saying, right? Like Arrow, like why are we not getting footage like this from them? Why is this not coming from them? And I say it's because they're covering stuff up too. They don't want to release anything, even if they don't know what that video is and has potential to be real. They don't even have to know that it's real or fake. They could just be like, I don't know, but we can't put this thing out just in case, you know?
Yeah, I think Arrow is more or less 20th century. Is basically put out there to sort of not to take ufology seriously. It's to give you little bits and pieces that don't really get you anywhere, you know, like the footage you've been having. It's nothing amazing compared to this, which is different. That's my judgment on Arrow. It's just a big bloody waste of time. We ain't going to get anything out of these people, to be honest with you. If we did, we would have had something by now after the year-long program that's been going on.
Right.
Do you think we're going to get the raw footage from?
Are they going in and out of the water?
No, just the actual raw footage, right? Like not something that we've got to kind of like on slant and.
Okay, yeah.
Probably
I was going to
not.
say, where was this taken? By the way, was it in Iraq?
Iraq, yeah.
It was in Iraq. Okay.
Supposedly it's from 2017 as well, not 2018, but that story keeps changing because Michael Sikowski, I can't pronounce his last name, but his testimony's been all over the place, saying one thing to Green Street, one thing to Corbell, and it's back and forth ufology all over again.
One thing with the debunkers that I do think's great is the amount of research that goes into things that sometimes actually does help the case, you know. So even the debunks sometimes make you think, well, hang about, because you've said this, it's actually making me even more intrigued about the actual thing because of all the work that's gone into it. If we'd have just looked at it and somebody said it's poo and nobody actually did that analysis, nobody did that, we'd be all going, it could be poo. I mean, I don't know if we could focus it. Maybe we would see it, you know. I'm not a camera guy. But we know it's not poo now because somebody's tried to see if it's poo.
Yeah, if it was out of focus, I would have bought the bird poop explanation really soon on it. I could have went ahead and put all my money on that right away. Yeah.
Are you a camera guy? I'm not.
A little bit here or there. I mean, I was more the editing guy more than the camera guy, but I mean, because there's all sorts of specializations and all that. That was always the best way to get really great stuff, was to pull together. Everybody had different specializations, but yeah, I mean, if that was on the front housing of that camera, you got to think about it. Like the camera that's hanging off that blimp looking thing, even if it has a protected housing, it's not going to be that far off of that lens, is my guess. It's going to be as close to where it needs to be to keep the rain off. It's probably mostly a weather thing. So you're not going to be able to get the double clarity that way, the double resolution. I'm blanking on the way to say it, I guess, right now, but double focus. You wouldn't have double focus that way unless it was really fake and you superimposed it. Then you could have focus in two different spots, which we've seen done in movies millions of times. And you see like one person standing far back in the kitchen and that's in focus, but the guy close to the camera, his face is in focus. So you could have that kind of effect going on. But I think that's a little bit too advanced for what we're looking at here. I doubt that's the case.
It's interesting that as well that it doesn't move to the side, or it kind of, we thought the reason why we thought it was poo so much is because it is going the same direction.
Yep.
Those little leggy things, they kind of stay in symmetry. They don't kind of move. But we know it's not poo now.
Yeah, it's definitely not poo.
And also, I was thinking, have you ever let a helium balloon off?
Yeah, sure.
Have you seen how far those things go up in the sky?
They do, yeah, they do.
I mean, just a normal one.
Yeah.
That thing looks low and it's moving straight across.
Yeah.
So whether it's tied to something, the only thing I could think of, and I even when I was looking at the footage, I was trying to see if I could see any signs of exhaust smoke or anything like that. Well, I know it's nighttime anyways, you're not going to see that. But I was thinking, oh, maybe something's pulling it across. If it is a balloon and they're celebrating, maybe they're pulling the balloon across. Or whatever. That's the only way I could think that they'd be doing it. But then you'd be getting some sort of, if a car's driving, you get a drag, and every so often it would go like that. If it went over a bump. So why is it moving just straight across?
I don't know.
It acts like a balloon, though. This is it. The characteristics of how the flight characteristics is how it's moving is just like a balloon. And I think this is why people are more or less catching on to it. Because, yeah, it's true. It does turn as well. Balloons do that. But, man, I don't know, man. This is so weird. Until we get crystal clear coloured footage of this.
Do we know how fast it was going? Because, that's the other thing. If it was balloons, it looks like it's moving, man. It looks like it's going fast to me. That if it was balloons, it'd be moving all over the place. It'd be obvious. You wouldn't have to make some long edit to be able to see that.
Sure. Have you seen footage of those Chinese lanterns going back to like 2010? There was a helicopter footage, and there was this police camera was focusing on this Chinese lantern and thinking it was an extraterrestrial craft, and this thing is hauling ass. And the thing is, it's basically it's something to do with the speed of and how fast the actual lantern's going. Hey, Ashton, how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, gentlemen?
We're on the balloon. We're on the balloon / the poo, whatever people think it is. The jellyfish, and we know it's not poo.
Have we asked if it's a Chinese lantern yet?
I think Nick was just getting into that. I was
just saying that.
Yeah. Great minds think alike. What can I say?
There you go.
No, I've heard all the stuff trying to, discredit this and what have you. The debunkers are having a hard time with this one, honestly. They already went with
Yeah.
balloons, right? They actually, did you see the part where they like made a whole fake CGI set of balloons that don't even exist and tried to say that's what it was?
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
some work on that.
Yeah.
These.
Yeah.
Like that's not even a real thing. They literally just use a computer program to make these fake balloons up and then be like,
I
oh
think
yeah, this is a thing.
I think mine's better.
Oh yeah, there you go. That is much better. That's what it really is.
Terrifying.
It's crazy how much work they're putting into this, and I can just see them getting so pissed off with it. You know, because they can't, and they want to hate on Corbell. Let's face it, they do. You know, they love him or hate him. He's brought some footage to the table. It's not exactly what you wanted in the fashion of how he presented it. You didn't get the raw footage, but it's still got people talking. What do you actually think of it, Ashton? I know I've seen some of your tweets, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's man, I've had a lot of weird stuff going on the last few days, so I'm not even sure. Like, I was gonna ask you guys if you think it's first layer would be are we looking at an organism or are we looking at a craft, right? That's my first question. And I guess I lean towards organism because it's transparent. But honestly, I just don't know. And so I haven't really been reporting on it too much other than I made a little series of from Jetpack Man when that was a thing a couple of years ago. That was the first thing I thought of, right? Is these weird shapes floating around, and made a bunch of posts about that. And I think people are kind of also having that same connection as well and posting other similar videos of these things floating around out there. I can't decide either. Even from a debunker standpoint, I can't figure out what we're looking at. It looks like it would be some kind of balloon, but it doesn't look like any balloon I've ever seen in my life. So the only thing that I would say that keeps me skeptical is that, especially when it comes to Jeremy Corbell, like he's like, you know, here's this thing and it's not moving in any anomalous way. It's just kind of floating. And he says, oh, well, there's this other video of it going in the water and coming out of the water and shooting up into space. Well, show me that video. That's the one I want to see. The one floating around, like, okay, what am I supposed to take from this, right? Like, what's verifiable from this?
Do you feel like we're going to see that, though? Because I think that's the funny thing. Can you imagine if what if he's playing a little game with this and it is like almost like the debunkers are going to go to work and then he's like, there you go, have that. Now what is it?
He could be.
Yeah, it seems like that's the thing about Jeremy Corbell's. I don't like when people try to like have announcements for stuff. When he's like, "Oh, I'm going to announce this new footage I'm going to show, and I'm not only going to show you half of it." Right? Like what I've learned being an investigator for 5 months, not really a veteran, but is like just throw the information out there. Right? I'm not trying to market it to maximum maximum clicks, right? Which is what it feels like they're trying to do. And to me, that takes away a little bit of the credibility of it. And then they had this whole back and forth where this guy's trying to debunk it and then going, nope, just kidding. Like there might be additional footage. I mean, if you got the footage, just put it out there, man. Like this is what I see all the time in these UFO personalities is like, you know, oh, well, I'm going to tell you on Friday, or there's a secret craft buried, but you got to go figure out where it is. Like, man, if you have information, just say it. I can't stand this like pussyfooting around crap.
Yeah.
What if that's how he got it, though? Or what if there's something on there that he said, that somebody said, because going back to MH370, there's stuff that's purposely cropped out on that footage. What if there's stuff on this that, you know, it kind of shows stuff that's sensitive that they shouldn't show? So he's kind of like, I need to play this safe. I don't really understand this in the corner. So because I don't understand it, I'm going to put this out, but I'm going to take this bit out.
Yeah, but the timing on it, Ollie, it's like he releases it once TMZ gets him a deal. You know, it's like if that was the case, it would have came before the deal, right? So that's why I'm saying you're only seeing this stuff when he's able to take advantage of it, monetize it. And look, I understand the guy wants to make money. I get that, but this is why I've said I don't think he really cares about where the topic goes. I think he just cares about, you know, getting his publicity, getting his money, and whenever this thing dries up, you know, he's going to roll out of here and do something else.
Yeah, that's what I worry about. Go ahead.
As like I said, Ollie, you know, when you asked me the first question, so what do you think about the jellyfish thing? I said, well, first of all, why is Jeremy Corbell releasing the photograph first, waiting a few months later to upload the video? I'm thinking, hold on a minute, this is just you're planning ahead, and unfortunately, this is just ufology. We are going through a cycle again. You know, we're just repeating what we doing last year. It's just I don't like it. Saying what you're saying, Ashton. I just stop pussing around and release the footage.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I get worried with especially a lot of these UFO personalities where it's like how much of this has now become their actual job. And when your job's tied to it, like, do you want to get to the answer or is it more about just stringing it along? And if that's the case, then the best case scenario is that they know it's real and they're trying to increase that collective conscious to a point where a maximum number or a overflow number of people think that it's real, right? And that's like the best case scenario. Worst case scenario is they're all just kind of grifting along for the maximum amount of money from every little piece of information. And the reason why I lean towards that is that it's just usually just a repackaging of all the same videos that are out there. When I see these documentaries, it's like the same videos repackaged once again. Versus just somebody just needs to go out there and give us catastrophic disclosure. Like, hey, I was this person that was part of this. Here's the video. Here's the whole deal. This is absolute proof. Boom. Right. And maybe, yeah, you're going to get attacked by the government or whatever. But, being a hero requires sacrifice. What can I say?
Yeah, absolutely. I think these whistleblowers need to come forward, and I think they have more protection than they did, back when Bob Lazar came out, because ufology is quite a big thing now. More people are aware of it. So if these whistleblowers do come forward and bring out evidence, I think they'd be more secured, maybe, and not having like a Phil Schneider moment. If you get my drift.
I think so, but I don't know, man. I think that a lot of these people, from looking at things that I think are leaks, like I just did this thing yesterday about EBO scientist post, which I think has a high level of credibility to it. One of the things that they put out as a disclaimer is like, well, why wouldn't you go to the AARO? And they say, well, first of all, it seems like a honeypot. Second of all, it's like, I don't want to put my hands in the lives in the hands of politicians, where it's like, it becomes like, if you look at David Grush, right? Now you've got this whole, like, people just kind of look at him as like being their truth seeker, their soothsayer, which is like, I think a lot of people don't want that. I know I don't want something like that to happen, especially around the MH370 stuff. But I think the reality is that's just like human condition, is like, we want to look to our leaders to tell us what's going on out there. So the other last part too would be that I think that people are afraid of both being killed, but also more importantly, being discredited, right? People have lives, they have families, they want to have a job. Even I'm a little bit worried about, like, what if I lose my current job? Am I going to be able to get another job? Like, people are going to Google me. They're going to find a lot of stuff that like is going to be people saying crap about me, or just weird stuff in general. Like, that's a lot of drama to have to put up with. I think a lot of people just don't want to deal with that.
No, I've worried about stuff like that in the past with companies that I've worked for. I do think one job that I went for, somebody who was my competition actually did say, "Have you seen this guy on YouTube?"
Oh man!
I don't work there anymore, so it's fine. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm kind of I'm with you on the whole. What if it actually is? If it is something, I would say, and I know this sounds crazy, but I'd say that this thing, whatever it is, it's a life form. If it is something, because it doesn't look like anything. From what I'm seeing in that image, it doesn't look like anything, any sort of technology. It looks crazy.
Have you seen those?
Oh, go ahead, Nick.
Have you seen those deep sea, like, and what's it? Like the deep, the sea. You see the creature, not the creatures. I can't think of the bloody words. I was going to say insects then. Sound like a right idiot. Those fishes, they look like jellyfish, but they look so alien. It kind of looks like that. Like Jeremy Corbell said, it came from the sea, but maybe there's something that we're not aware of that can float in and out. I'm going a bit woohoo, aren't I?
No, I mean,
no,
maybe there
you
is
kind of
something
have
in the
to.
thing.
you kind of have to with this thing. I mean, if
Yeah.
I would say if anything's interdimensional, it's from some other dimension. That thing's not from here, man. That's from some other one. I could buy that, but I mean, it's also possible that it is some kind of creature that floats around in space and just stopped by and came down. I don't know. There still isn't a good explanation, so you could kind of do anything. You can go as woo as you want, to be honest.
But then you got to think about where it is.
Yeah.
And what's filming it, you know, and if that's that over a military base?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
an installation in Iraq.
It
Yeah.
just so happens that you know, a harmless flying jellyfish decides to come out of the water and goes over a military base.
Well, no, it went over the water after. It went into the water after that video. So that video is supposed to be a lot longer. It's a lot longer in general. We got the shorter clip. I think it's 17 or 18 minutes, but the part that, you know, Corbell talked about, the flying away, is not there. You know, I don't know. I'm almost kind of to the point where I almost wish he wouldn't even tell the other part of the story. If you know the video, I'm like, God, don't even tell me, man.
Yeah,
like
if we're not going to see that
right,
that conversation, it's pointless.
It sucks. I mean, it's fun. So like, you want to hear a fun UFO story? Who doesn't? But it also burns, man.
Yeah. Did he say it's actually been filmed when it went in and out of the water?
Yeah.
He said it was filmed.
Yeah, he said the film is buried. Conveniently.
Yeah. What coincidence?
Yeah.
I
mean, we just can't get a video of something moving, you know, 90 degree turns, like, of that quality, stopping, starting. Imagine if just the 2 or 3 minutes that we got from him, if that thing stopped, started, turned around, God almighty, would have been awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it kind of wiggles, but it doesn't turn or do anything super anomalous, right? And that's why it's like what I was telling people about it. My first reaction is there's just nothing verifiable here. Like, it's weird, right? But what are we going to do with this information? Like, all it does is maybe move our collective conscious in terms of what we think a life form could be, which I think is okay, neat. But it's not like I'm going to go to Congress with this and go, hey, tell me about the jellyfish flying creature, right? And this is why I think, like, I spoke to AARO a couple nights ago. They called me up. I had put in a request to them based on the investigation for MH370. And the takeaway, I won't give you guys the boring details, but we spoke for an hour and a half. This guy called me after hours. Like, this was, I think, almost 7 to 8 o'clock his time in the East Coast. And I told him, like, the reason why you should take this seriously is because this is verifiable information. Like, I don't know if it's real or not, but you can go and talk to the Navy and figure out if this is what an MQ-1C Gray Eagle with a camera under the wing looks like, right? You can go to the NRO and the NGA and you can ask about the sentient program in Sibers and tell us if they have video capability like this quote unquote satellite video we see here. I said, you can go to Edward C. Lynn and ask him, is this what you leaked? You can go to General Joseph F. Dunford and go, hey, man, were you in charge of this operation of MH370 in 2014? Because if any of these questions are yes or are true, then holy crap, man, like, these are the craziest videos ever. And they can prove all the stuff that people want to be real, which is reverse engineering program, maybe non-human intelligence, UFOs, etc. So, you know, that's what I think we should be focused on is, like, yeah, here's some cool videos, but, like, what can we look at that we can verify?
Yeah, still nothing, you know. We're still in the same place, and we have another interesting, ambiguous video that doesn't take us forwards or backwards, but you know, takes up some time in our lives, that's for sure.
And now we have this.
Oh
yeah,
man.
what is this? Is just a picture too, right? Is there an actual video for this yet?
Supposedly, yes, that's coming.
I mean, I hate this slow drip crap, man. Like, just show us the video. You're showing us a picture from a video.
I know, it's so rough, man. It's so rough.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so I think Mick West was saying this is, I don't know, Pyromania VFX or something. I can't remember what he said. Some lens flare or something like this. Virtual snowflake.
They're saying it's like a glare from like a hot object, like a missile. I think him and Green Street are saying right now. Which I mean, I'll be honest with you, the Mick West's take on the jellyfish and this one, I don't like him. I usually like kind of what he does with stuff, but I'm put off by these ones. I think he's still off base.
It does have that missile kind of like swirl there. You see, like that's
weird.
But apparently, we're going to get. Rumor is it we're going to get a video from this.
Yeah.
I'll be interested in the video because some people linked this to me and said, is this similar to the gravity engines that we see? But can't tell if what we're seeing here is where it came from or where it's going, or I mean, we really can't tell much from a still in general, right? But I do hope that we get some videos that are similar to the drone video from MH370, where we can see like in infrared, some type of propulsion that's like very clearly, not propulsion that we have from the human perspective, right? That's some type of advanced thing, because I think they're definitely out there.
With the MH370 orbs, they had sort of like a field around them, if I remember rightly. I'm surprised any of these footage that comes out, the thermal footage or anything that sort of quality, hasn't got the same sort of resemblance to it.
Yeah, it's got to be out there too, right? If these videos are real, there's got to be more stuff. And that just makes me even more skeptical of people like Corbell and these controlled disclosure people that are leaking these jellyfish videos and flying star videos and stuff. Because it's like, man, if this propulsion and what people are telling us is true, it should look like what we're seeing in these videos here, the MH370, but you're never giving us anything like that. You're giving us stuff where it's just like completely inconclusive, unverifiable, doesn't show us the stuff that we think must be out there, right? So that's just what makes me skeptical a lot of this stuff in general. Again, I don't know if the jellyfish thing is real or not. I guess I lean towards it being real, but it just doesn't push the needle.
It's interesting, just like the main thing with this is the fact that it's got everybody's knickers in a twist. That's what makes it so interesting. It's poo, it's balloons, it's this, it's that, it's the other. I think they're going to be debunking this for months.
Yeah, that's the new thing, Ollie. This is like the new ego thing. It's just people have this narcissistic way of like, I'm going to be the first one to debunk this because it's the trend. It's the new thing now. I mean,
that's what they want to do now.
Yeah, it's like the new thing is to who's going to debunk the first thing that's going to come out when it comes to UFOs. It's
like the Miami thing. It's like there were people that knew nothing about law enforcement saying why they would have sent so many police cars to that mall. And they would have done it because of this reason. I'm sorry, do you know anything about law enforcement? No, you don't. So shut the fuck up.
I don't know. It's kind of a double-edged sword, though, right? I mean, you need people like ripping stuff apart so you can actually get to the truth. But yeah, it just coming out and stating your conclusion in the first day and a half on a video like this, it's a little premature, I think. Right? This thing's gonna take a while, Ali. I agree. I mean, if they hadn't figured it out in 5 or 6 days, that usually means we're gonna be waiting a little while.
I mean, I'd go as far as to say it's the best thing he's put out.
I agree with you 100%.
That's not the last.
I don't think it's as good as the Homeland Security video that we watched where that drone went into the water and came back out. I thought that video was probably a little bit better because we actually got to see a little bit of movement like that. But it's the best thing Corbell's put out for sure. Yeah.
What did you think to the drone going in the water, the one going in the water, Ashton? The orb.
Yeah, the one that went in the water and came back out. That was a separate video. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a little bit interesting. And there was I don't know if this is the same one I'm thinking of because I saw another one recently, but I saw that one a while back. That was the one in Chile or something like that, where this thing goes into the water and it's like this black mass kind of floating across. And that's all consistent too with like what we've seen from the MH370 videos and what people have been saying about USOs, which are unidentified submersible objects, right? As that if you can displace yourself from space-time, then it doesn't matter if you're in water or in the air or in space. It's a transmedium craft at that point. So I fully think that if there are anomalous UFOs out there, that they can definitely traverse through the different mediums without much of a problem. The thing that I still go back to, and this is what I asked Salvatore Pius, was, can they go through solid matter though? Right? It's one thing to float through water, float through air and space, but like, can you go through like a tree? Not really sure, honestly. I think he didn't answer, which kind of made me think that maybe you can. And that's kind of where the science is leading, but it's so hard for me to wrap my brain around.
It's interesting though, because a lot of people say, if you're moving hundreds or thousands of speed of light, you're moving through space. How do you miss asteroids? How do you not hit stuff? So that could be a way around it. That's interesting you say that.
I think it's the idea that you're actually bending space itself. So
Right.
you're sort of missing that. I believe, don't get me wrong if that's right, but I think the idea is that you're bending space time is you're actually bending it, and so you're actually cutting out the asteroids and everything.
No, yeah,
Bit like-
I'm a massive Trekkie, and like growing up, I always used to think if it was real, how would they, if they're traveling so fast? I know they've got shields on the Enterprise, but you know we don't have shields with NASA. How we get if we eventually can go at like faster than the speed of light, or even a bit slower than the speed of light, or whatever, we're still going to not see in time what's coming at us, or are we going to make some sort of supercomputer that's going to like predict ahead the stuff that's coming towards us, or are we going to have some sort of shield, you know, that going straight at a distance that's stupidly far doesn't kind of comprehend in my head. It feels like if somebody said, right, you can get on this ship, you're going to go 11 times the speed of light. You'll get there in 11 years. Okay. It's 11 light years away. Would you do it? I'm like, no, because I'm going to die unless I've got something in front of me protecting me.
I was asking somebody the other weekend after Tim Pool about, do you think people have actually like gone through wormholes themselves, like of their own free will, like if teleportation's real or whatever? And they were like, yeah, definitely. And I'm sitting there going, not me. I'm not going to be the one signed to go through the teleportation wormhole or whatever. Like I'm going to come out as Bizarro Ashton or something like that if I even come around safely through it. But I don't know. Maybe that's like how the first people who got in airplanes thought of it as well, and now we just fly whenever.
Yeah, I mean, if you believe they went to the moon, I mean, that's how it would have been for them. I mean, they landed that thing down there and didn't know if it was going to shoot back off. That's incredible, right?
What if it didn't? What if they did go, but they never came back? And that's the conspiracy.
Or they just didn't go.
So what are you saying? That next year's a rescue mission, or what's going on? They're going?
Just gonna get this. Before I do want to touch like kind of back on this, but I did put in the intro a bit of the mall stuff, because I would say it's starting to stabilize a little bit, but it's still kind of up there. What are you guys thinking about this Miami Mall now?
I have no idea. At this point, I don't know. It's interesting. The accounts, I have poo-pooed some of the accounts on TikTok because they're a bit not too sure, but some of them was
there's some people clearly just like wanting attention.
Yeah.
Let me just put this towards you guys. Okay, let's just say aliens came out of a portal in the shopping mall, right? Why did they open it the day after? This is the thing, if you have an extraterrestrials show up in the mall, you're going to quarantine that thing off. You're going to find out what the bloody hell is going on here as well. And what I found out when it turns with the power, it actually turned off after the event happened, not during. I might have got that wrong. I'm not too sure. This is news reports as well, which I'm going off by. But it for me, it just makes no sense. Why would you reopen the mall when you've got bloody 8-foot bloody aliens running around? You know what I mean? Do you understand?
They would deny that, so of course we'd open it up. Like nothing else, like nothing happened.
Yeah, but you want to get like radiation detectors in there. You're thinking, bloody hell, you got aliens from another
planet.
But
what if the powers that be that know what it is, if it was something, know that there's nothing to be afraid of in that way, because it, from what I'm hearing, it was the ones that I'm believing that sound believable to me is the glitching thing.
Yeah,
that we're hearing. So
is that the Antarctica thing where the guy was saying that their coordinates got mixed up?
I've not looked into that. Has anybody looked into that?
I just heard
mall. That mall apparently is like literally the opposite end is the center of Antarctica.
Right. Yeah, that's all I heard. Yeah.
I have not looked into that. I've not researched it. I mean, we can pull up Google Earth.
Yeah, go for it, Ollie.
By all means, yeah. Well, you have to keep talking while I'm finding it. Then we'll see if that's true. I'm intrigued.
Is this Twitter saying this?
Yeah, I think it was a woman who came up with that in general. My view on it's been that I've kind of discounted it after I determined that the guy that I was talking to on a space last week was lying because he got the date wrong, which is not something you do when you saw interdimensional aliens. But you know, I'm open-minded. You know, I think that if people are interested in it, the answer is you got to get those body cams. Like, you show me a FOIA where you get rejected and they won't give you the body cams, then I'm probably going to be interested again, right? Because it is weird that it was not that there's not like a bunch of videos floating around of kids fighting with sticks and fireworks. You'd think that people film everything. Like, where's the World Star videos, right?
Fight. There is a fight.
But I have to drop, though, just because I've got to go take care of some family stuff, and there's some pretty weird update that I'm going to post later today. But thank you guys very much for the time. I appreciate chatting with you guys, and we should chat soon, folks.
All right, buddy.
No worries, mate. We'll catch you later, mate.
Peace, guys.
Thanks, Ashton. See ya.
Cheers.
Right, yeah. What was that? I was right. This is what I'm bringing up. Here we go.
The Antarctica things what you're bringing up?
I'm going to look at that. But also,
the stories just keep continuing with it, you know. I think it's probably not aliens, but you know, at this point, we probably would have maybe got something else on it.
But I think we've kind of like accepted that we were a part of this weird experience and moment. So basically, what happened was I was there with my brother Brian.
This guy seems believable to me.
My nephew.
I mean, I could
we
be
were
wrong.
looking for shoes for my nephew. And then we see a whole crowd of people outside the store, just running out in a direction. So, you know, as soon as we saw it, we were like, oh shit, you know, what's going on? So we immediately ran out with our nephew, and you know, we picked him up and we ran out and we followed the crowd. And then about like a few seconds later, as soon as we started running, my nephew, he's autistic, so he was pointing behind us and he was saying blanky, which he'll usually say whenever he feels unsafe or scared. And he was pointing behind us. So me and my brother, we look behind us, and then we see these 3 9-10 foot tall creatures. I'm not going to say aliens. Everyone keeps saying it's aliens. I'm not saying aliens because I don't know what it was. None of us really knew everyone. All of us stopped in our track. We, you know, a whole bunch of people were pointing at it. I mean, there were other people running. You know, there was a crowd. As soon as it made itself more apparent, it looked like it was glitching, not like a computer pixelation, but like a wavy glitch. And whatever maybe was covering them had, you know, unveiled or whatever. Yeah, it looked like a glitch, man. It like a weird glitch in the Matrix or whatever. And then you could see it in its full form, all 3 of them. And then, you know, they were all black. You saw eyes, and you could faintly see like lips. But yeah, I was about like 20 feet away, because obviously everybody gave it distance, right? And you know, they're tall, so we all just like looked at them. They were just standing there, and the thing that was a little bit weird, well, it was clearly like observing us. It was sentient, right? Like, or whatever. I mean, I don't know, but it was aware of us. It looked at us, the whole crowd, and then as soon as it started walking with its big legs, like kind of like it started like almost glitching again, we all ran. My brother like immediately said, yo, let's go. He grabbed me by the shoulder. We bolted out of there. And for anyone that's like saying, you know, where's the footage? Yeah, I know. I don't have any footage, and I'll explain why. Because like when I saw it, I was in complete fear. It was something that I completely froze, man. I don't care if I sound like a bitch about it. Like, I froze. And I don't care who you are. I feel like when you're seeing something paranormal, it's different than when you're seeing a fight. Yeah, you'll probably want to record that.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Whatever. When you see something paranormal, that's different. because your reality, you can't comprehend what you're seeing. A fight, you kind of get it. Two people are fighting. You can comprehend that. Something like this, none of us could comprehend. Your first instinct is like, it ain't to like take out your phone and start recording. Your first instinct is like, I've never seen this before. What is this? Is it gonna hurt me or my family?
I agree with that end part 100%. That's
sure.
definitely how you would
Yeah.
feel. Yeah.
What do you think?
sure,
Does he
for
look?
sure.
Does he look believable to you?
Yeah.
No,
So
I
did a
mean,
bunch of serial killers, man, when they come forward and said they didn't do a murder.
Good
and it's-
actor. Good
you
actor.
know?
If he's lying,
yeah.
So politicians and governments, they lie all the time. So it's insane. One thing I've noticed with the guy, he mentioned a few terms like glitch in the matrix, sentient, and that's not
yeah.
the public won't really know what that means, but this guy does. Do you see
Right.
what I mean? He's like, he's
Yeah.
using these terms, and I'm like,
He's
okay,
using like the terms that
we
we
would
use
use.
them.
Yeah. He's not the average guy when it comes
well,
to this
maybe
stuff.
you
Yeah.
two, probably not me.
Yeah. And this is it. Okay, guys, if you saw those 10-foot aliens from 20 feet away, would you be able to make out the facial features? The eyes, the lips?
20
It's
feet.
hard to-
Yeah. Yeah. I think 20 feet you
Do
could.
you
Yeah.
think
For
20
sure.
feet? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be honest
Yeah.
with you. As soon as that thing starts even appearing, glitching, whatever, I'm not paying attention to his lips. I'm
No.
going.
I would honestly, if I saw that happening, I'll walk up to it. And that's
Yeah,
probably
I
like a
don't
memory.
Shake that
no,
motherfucker's hand.
I'll pass it a bloody J. Like I've smoked this and come back to my place. But I don't understand how no one in the mall took any photos. Yeah, I understand the guy's point of view. Yeah, you're in a shock value. It's like adrenaline. It's like fight or flight. But I'm surprised no one has taken any photos. Nothing.
Well, here's my thing here. Nothing happened. And if it was kids all throwing fireworks in this in this mall, then why don't you just, as simple as this gets, get the CCTV and show the kids doing this in the mall?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like the plane flying into the Pentagon. Just show us to stop the conspiracies.
That's where the conspiracy's coming from. And that is, so as much as we sound like absolute nut jobs talking about 9 to 10 foot aliens appearing in the mall, show us the cameras. Show us, because every mall has them. Every mall has cameras dotted everywhere. 1 for shoplifters, 2 for shit that's going to start, and 3 for the FBI.
Yeah, you'd want the cameras that were in the stores. The body cam thing is tough, especially when you have that many police. Who knows what body cam footage they give you? And if there's somebody that's standing more near the front of the mall, and they're like, "Yeah, here's body cam footage from the cop at the mall," but it's not really from the cop who's in the middle of the mall. They could adjust which camera angle they give you like that very easy. You can't do that. There's not a ton of different angles coming from those stores. You know what I mean?
The footage, the blurry footage of the objects or figure outside the mall. Remember that everyone keeps on showing on YouTube and everything?
Yeah.
Every single police car has a dash cam camera in front of that car. And there's like 4 police cars in front of that. You can easily get at least a straight on view of whatever's there. Either the police are doing it to sort of keep the conspiracy going, which is a CIA tactic. You put this stuff out there to keep the conspiracy going. You keep people talking, but pushing people in the wrong direction. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Say if it is a gang, yeah, and it goes deeper than just a few kids doing that, and it is something more important. Maybe us saying that it's aliens, we kind of helping them out a little bit, to stop footage coming out, because they'll be like, yeah, they think the footage is not coming out because it's aliens. Well, really, it's this, and it was a little bit more terrifying than what a few kids with some fireworks. Maybe that's the conspiracy. I don't know, but All I do know is there's a hell of a lot of cameras. Hell of a lot of cameras. Like you said, Nick, each and every single one of them officers, they'll probably have a webcam there. Do they do that in America? Do the police have webcams on them?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And they have it on the dash in the cars.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But all the malls, I mean, every single, we don't call them malls. What do we call them over here, Nick? What do they call them? Shopping centre.
Galleries or something like
that. Cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
They are, yeah.
Even if you just go into the local town, my local town has cameras everywhere.
Yep. You're on camera everywhere you go now. There's nothing you're going to do about it. Yeah.
Ice cream with your malls, do you have like cameras everywhere? For instance, like the shopping market where we go, you have a camera down every single aisle through the entrance, like literally everywhere. Is it a bit like that in America as well?
100%. Yeah. All the stores will have their own cameras. Those cameras all over the mall. It's a big thing. The thing with us though is like it depends on where you're at in the US. Most of the malls in the US are dead malls, man. There's like nobody even really there. But that Miami one's probably popping though. There's a lot of people around that area, so there's probably is a lot going with it. Yeah. But we'll get the truth when GTA 6 comes out, because you know that you're going to be able to play a Grand Theft Auto mission where you go into the mall and the aliens are going to be there. You already know they're making that mission.
Yes.
There's no way they're not.
Yeah.
So
right, let me have a look at this. So is
there a release date for GTA 6? Sorry if I go off topic.
No, you're good. Next year, sometime next year. I'm guessing it'll probably be holiday season. Yeah, it'll probably be holiday season next year.
Oh, that sucks. I thought it was this year. Anyway,
is it Bayside Market? Is it Bayside Marketplace, guys?
Correct. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, we gotta wait. We'll get to play the mission. The last Grand Theft Auto game, they had a mission where you were shooting aliens and stuff. Remember when he smokes the lace joint? Park? Yeah. So there's people at Rockstar that are definitely UFO heads, man, for sure.
Oh, definitely. I'm starting playing San Andreas. It's so difficult to play.
Right.
It's so difficult. Yeah.
Right. What are you pulling up, Ali?
The Antarctica.
Right. So am I in the right place there? Is that all right to you guys?
I don't think that's the right one, though. No, because it doesn't look like the street. Maybe it is. It doesn't look like it, though, from the video, from my recollection.
I've just put Bayside Marketplace, Miami.
You got to put alien.
Well, anyway, I mean, the center of Antarctica is pretty big. How the hell would I say? How do you do that?
I don't know. Just go to the middle part of them covering it up, the middle section that you can't see.
I mean,
Ali, how much time have you spent on Google Earth? I feel like you've been here a lot, man.
I used to run the channel off this.
Yeah.
No, it's not, man.
There's no way.
There's no way.
That's a load of
no way. Again, this bloody Twitter. God damn it.
Man, I didn't have to have you look it up to know, but it's still an interesting thing to talk about, I guess, for a second. It's always, come on, everybody wants to link everything UFOs to Antarctica. It's the way it is.
Yeah.
It makes for a good story. I mean, this whole Miami thing has been that way. It's just been story after story after story. People see it's getting traction, and there's going to be people who are late to the scene, and they're going to come in and make their own, so.
I mean, I did make a video in regards of some photos that's been released that were clearly faked. I hate to be a debunker, but I did debunk one of the photos. But like I mentioned in the video, it just seems like a trend now. It just seems like people just doing it for views. I mean, I brought up all the videos that if you type in Miami Alien in YouTube, you see people who are not UFO channels, but talking about it just because it gets, a couple 100,000 views, it just seems like a trend at the moment, but it's still a mystery. It's still a mystery. Cheers.
I like a good mystery. Cheers. Yeah. This tastes like shit. This was quite nice. This one tastes like licorice. I like this.
Is that your second one? Or your first one?
Second one.
All right.
Yeah.
That's quick.
Oh, mate. I thought this would be a slower drink, and obviously, no, it's not. It's just a drink that's going to kill me quicker.
What about the skiff? Did you guys see some of the Congress people come out and talk about that?
Right. Is this what's gone off today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've not had a chance to look at any of that. I literally got in, I edited the video. That's all I've done.
Yeah, it's pretty recent. That some of the footage is kind of coming out, and they're kind of giving their thoughts on it and everything. Like Burchett is saying, hey, this is still not about little green men. We want to. Oh, go ahead.
Skinny Bob, my lad.
Is it the Skinny Bob?
It is no, mate, that is actually the Skinny Bob.
Brilliant. £2, huh? Cheers.
long time. Skinny Bob's been here. Every so often changes his name. It's fine. You do what he likes here.
Then you find out he's the guy that actually made the video, and this whole time you never knew.
Die.
Yeah.
The jellyfish one.
The Skinny Bob.
Oh yeah, the skin.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if that is Ivan?
Yeah.
Oh man,
he's out there, huh?
He is out there, or she, or
sure,
they, them, whatever. Someone's out there that did that.
Yeah, the big quote that I think everyone's going to stick with after the skiff was Luna said, "I think it's important to listen to the specific words that Grush uses. Grush never said extraterrestrial or alien. He said interdimensional." And so after coming out of that, that's what she's saying now. So kind of hinting at we're leaning more towards interdimensional on this thing, guys. We're
going to new territories now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, do you know, I was speaking to one of my residents, and he was saying that he saw a UFO, like a big ball of light back in the 70s. And he said it to him, it said it felt like it had intelligence behind it. And I thought, oh God, it's like, what do you mean by that? It's like almost like it was almost like a connection between this object. He said he saw it for like a minute or so. I said, did you take a photo of it? It's like, no, of course not. It's a bloody 70s. No one had cameras. But the way he was describing, it was like this, like the guy was saying on the video, it was almost like sentient. It had a connection towards it. I was like, God, that's because we're actually talking about that now in terms of, aliens being demons, angels, something spiritual, basically. So it's it's just crazy stuff.
Oh,
cheers man.
Cheers. I appreciate you calling us alcoholics.
Yeah. Oh yeah, cheers. Cheers,
my lad.
I'm doing coffee now. Come on. I should have went and got the Guinness. I messed up.
One day, ice cream's gonna come on here, and he's gonna be absolutely. Listen, if you want to see something funny that I cannot watch, go watch
the first interview. Yeah,
go watch the interview with me, Nick, and Lee on Ice Cream Shots. Terrestrial Material. It is
Hoot and holler, I should say.
Yeah, not the most recent.
I would say it's my finest moment.
Dude, I still thought it was fun, man. I don't know.
Did Lee. Did Lee when he's messaged me and saying, messaging me while we're on the thing saying you are absolutely wankered. And I'm like, I'm fine.
Yeah, the last one we did a month ago, dude, that one was really good though. So there is a difference for sure. There's definitely a difference.
Well, I said I think I only drunk one beer on that show. I said I'd make it. I thought I need to make it up to this guy.
Yeah, you definitely did. You definitely did. That's one of our best episodes.
I can't be doing that again. The views on the first one are pretty good.
They are.
They were very good. Yeah.
I think that's right. Still right up there. You're competing with Stephen Bassett. I think that's it. It's you and Stephen Bassett.
I'll take that. that.
Yeah. No doubt. That also with the skiff that the Jared Moskowitz guy came out and said this is the first time where we kind of got a ruling on what the IG thinks of Grush's claims. So they're getting a little bit more information. I don't think that they're, breaking any records of what they're talking about or really cracking open anything extra new, but progress, I guess, is progress for them. I like to hear that they're getting something,
So this was the official Grosh skiff with Tim Burchett and
yeah.
everyone. Yeah. Okay.
which I didn't even know that was happening. I don't know how I missed that. Did you guys know that was coming
No.
around?
No idea.
No,
That popped out of nowhere.
I found out on this show literally about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I try to do a pretty good job of
I
sitting
knew
there
something
bookmarking
was
all day.
going on about. I knew something was going down this Friday.
Yeah.
So Grush has been in a skiff with Bichette.
That's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming he was in that skiff. Yeah.
Can we clarify that? Can we clarify that?
You see, you can bring up a clip.
You're not going to get a clip from them in the skiff.
No, there's really not a whole lot of it out. Like I said, I didn't even know about it until today. I'm assuming that's the case, that he was there. But if it was just someone from IG talking to them, going over his report or whatever that he turned in, it could be that. But I know that's what they were talking about.
Let's see, the chat might know.
Yeah, maybe. But
We've got
Burchett,
we've got
Tim
that
Burchett did get
UFO
interviewed.
chick as well, and she's up on it. She'll know.
Yeah.
She's in the know. Come on, Bex.
I know Tim Burchett. He was interviewed not long ago about what happened in the skiff, but I have no idea what information is putting forth.
well, he's saying now that it kind of leads him in the direction of knowing more of who the people he would call into another hearing. So they're getting down the road with a little bit better information on who to bring up. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So progress being made slowly, I guess. Just
The usual,
dipping the toe into the hot, a little bit into the bath water,
Yeah.
before you put your balls in it.
I really like Burchett. I do.
Yeah. I like him.
I know.
If he was an Englishman, I'd vote for him.
You think he'd be like the Nigel Farage?
No, I don't think. I think he seems nice. I mean, Nigel. I mean, I'm not really into politics in the UK, to be honest with you. I'm more into American politics, if I'm honest with you. It's more interesting. It says a lot.
It's down to shitter. It is down to shitter when it comes to.
I don't think it matters in the UK who you vote for.
Oh, you think it matters in the US?
Pepsi.
I do think the people that you have running your states and your district, whatever how it works over there, I do think some of those people have your best interest at heart. Yeah,
Sure. Yeah, some of them. I guess I'm coming more.
But the UK is just one thing.
Well,
you get a mayor, but he does fuck all. He just sits on his throne with his big gold chain. That's it.
No. What that guy did?
Bonbons.
What that guy did, he said, everyone stay at home because you need to protect everyone from this fake virus going along, whilst we're going to party. And it all came out forward. I'm going off on one, man. I've been drinking, man. It's not good. This
Nick is fucking Bucks Fizz.
No, I've been drinking beforehand.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm a cider guy.
Do you get Bucks Fizz in the States? Do you know what that is?
Like you mean like box wine or something like that?
Well, it's kind of like an orange juice wine. That's what he's drinking.
This one's 8%,
I mean, maybe,
yeah.
You get it at Christmas.
Oh, okay. I've never been a wine guy, dude. I don't know what's going on with all the wines taste the same to me. I guess I'm just low class, I guess, when it comes to that.
Congressional briefing plus spliff. There you go.
That's me, yeah. In a nutshell.
No, I like whiskey. I guess that's the Irish side of me, though. I like a good
I fucking love whiskey.
Yeah. Conor McGregor's whiskey's pretty good.
We should do a whiskey night one night.
We can.
Absolutely. Probably have to do the show a little bit later for you.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll do a whiskey night.
Yeah, Jameson, Crown Royal's good, obviously, and then McGregor's whiskey is actually, I think, underrated. It's very good. The Proper 12.
I'll send you a bottle of Japanese whiskey.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I follow you. It is a little bit different, sure. Yeah.
You had it?
No, I've heard it's very good though. Yeah.
Oh my god,
that's what I hear. Yeah.
Suck my testicles. It's amazing. I still need to drink this. I got this off Tony.
Oh, that's cool.
Tony Wild, long-term subscriber of the channel. Before I was Alien Addict, I was Always 51. Good mate of mine sent me this from Australia, and it has been filtered over real asteroids.
What is it? What's in it?
Vodka.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Now, obviously, Tony at the time didn't know me very well, and if I drunk vodka on a show, I'd probably end up getting my knob out or something. Like, you know, it doesn't go down well. I can drink a few vodkas, but if I started on that on a show, whew, dear oh dear.
Yeah, tequila's that way for me, man. Tequila, it's that way for a lot of people, but you want to get me really talkative and wanting to party. Tequila is a good way to
It's
do it.
like one of my most prized possessions. I fucking love this thing.
I've always
Have you
wanted to
opened
get
it?
one of the Dan Aykroyd crystal skulls. You ever see him?
Yeah,
He's got
that's
that
what
alcohol.
Yeah.
It's exactly what this is like.
Yeah,
but,
very similar.
but an alien grey. It's so cool.
This is
It's got-
tequila, right? I think Dan Aykroyd's is tequila.
No, it's
No,
vodka.
it's vodka.
It's vodka.
Oh,
He's
is it really?
well into, yeah, he's well into his
Oh,
vodka.
okay.
Yeah. It nearly killed like Larry King, didn't it? Didn't Larry King
Did it?
have a bit in there? Apparently, he was like coughing his head off. He's like nearly died from it. It's so pure. I'm not a spirit guy, man. I like my gin and tonic. And
I
that's
remember seeing Dan Aykroyd on Joe Rogan when he got the bottle out, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
he's putting it over oranges, and I was thinking, God, I'd love to have a drink with Dan Aykroyd. You know,
Yeah.
I would if Dan Aykroyd said, "I'll come on your show," literally every show I'd drink his drink. I'd pickle my liver for it. You know, just because of Ghostbusters. If I'm honest.
I mean, honestly, just listening to him talk about UFOs is fun. He's another one of those guys that when he talks, you know,
He's
he
great.
believes what he's saying. He's passionate. Oh
Yeah.
man, it's so good.
Have you heard about his Men in Black story when he was in the telephone booth and
Yep.
he saw the black car? I know he keeps talking about it, but he's a great storyteller. It's like a bit like John Lear and John Moore.
Agreed. Yes.
Yeah, it's almost like that sort of style. I could listen to it for a great Ollie in the barbecue, getting trashed with him, you know, just drinking because you know he's going to reveal some secrets.
What's the story? What's the story here? Go on.
Do you want to try and find a clip or something like that? Because basically, who was saying he was.
I mean, I could
was
try
shooting a
and find
movie.
a clip, but this is stronger than I thought it would be. If I'm honest with you.
Hang on, let me find it. Yeah, he was finishing the shoot and he was outside. Like he was on a phone call in his phone booth and he saw this.
Lovely. I bet it's lovely, Bex. What's that,
Talk
Nick?
amongst yourselves. Sorry, man. Talking amongst yourselves. I can't multitask. I'm afraid.
Are you get your fingers are at play? Yeah, you finger it. It's
Yeah.
fine. We'll talk.
I got something for you. Did you see the clip of Jeremy Corbell pushing at Lazar again to go testify from the TMZ show? Yeah,
No.
there's a clip from, I think it's the last episode, the third one.
Bring that clip up.
Oh,
Can
I
we
don't
play
know
it
if
on here.
maybe I seen it on Twitter. I don't know though. It might be too risky.
We'll play it. Fuck it.
It might be too risky. I'd have to look for it. Now everyone's got their browser open looking for stuff. I'm pretty positive I got a bookmark.
Is he actually speaking to Bob Lazar saying?
Yes, on the phone. On the phone. Yep.
And do you hear Bob do it? I can't do the accent, but
yeah, you God, Bob Lazar, man. Let me see. Essentially, what he's doing though is he's denying going. You know, he makes another excuse, and yeah, I got the clip right here. Yep,
bring it up.
It's 30 seconds long.
If you bring it up and the it gets taken down, Lee'll blame you, not me.
Okay, no problem. Make sure I've got this turned up so you might be able to hear it.
What is it? What is the other channel say? This is fair use. It's educating the public and all that jazz.
Yeah, let me select the tab.
And if you copyright strike me, you're a bitch. There you go.
Window share.
You bringing up something? Ice cream?
Yeah, I am right now. I don't know if it's gonna have the audio with it or not, but
maybe I did see this.
Okay, I'm gonna play it. Tell me if you have audio real quick.
No.
Okay.
I'll just say that man has the sexiest beard. I have. I don't know what he does, to see my look. You can see here, like something going on here. Like it just goes off in different directions. I do not know what Corbell should like have some sort of beard sponsorship if he wants to make money, because I would pay to get my beard as straight as that.
I can't grow a beard, man. I got a wanker's beard. Still stubborn.
You've got a beard.
It's crap, man. I can't grow full beard like Jeremy Corbell. I have to admit, it just looked good in a.
I've literally, I have to shave. Like if I leave it, it'll grow up here.
Yeah.
Just like speed.
I'm wondering if it'll. It's not showing me the box where I can actually click the audio box on it. I don't know why it's not.
StreamYard. If you got home videos on your computer and you try playing the videos, the audio won't work. It's only YouTube videos and stuff like that will work.
You just got to take the audio box.
I'm pulling this right off Twitter.
You just got to take the audio box, mate.
Yeah, but it's not giving me the box to tick it. That's the thing. So when I go to present,
when you're on Twitter, you got to turn the volume up. On the actual video, when the video starts, it's got no volume.
Okay. Share screen. Do I have to do it through a Chrome tab, or can I do it right through the window?
I normally do it through when I press present screen. Let's see how I'm doing it. How am I doing the Twitter thing? Share screen. I do it in the Chrome tab. Yeah.
Oh man, I don't. But like it won't.
It says also share tab audio. That needs to be ticked at the bottom. It's like not even a tick. It's like a cross little fader thing.
Okay, let me see if I've been looking for it. I just can't find it. If you got one, Nick.
I got the clip from Dan Aykroyd. It's about 4 minutes long.
It's about how long? 4 minutes.
About 4 minutes long. It talks about abduction a little bit, but it does talk about his story when he saw the Men in Black, which I shall bring up for you now.
Yeah, we can't play 4 minutes of it. We might get naughty slap.
I think I got it now, Ali. I think I got it now.
Right, yep.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and play this.
I see Dan as well.
I mean,
you hear it?
Really is. I only hope that some more people come out.
Would you talk in front of Congress if I set that up? Would you give your testimony under those same circumstances under oath? Would you throw down one last time?
I fought the fight for 30 years, and I'm kind of happy the way it is now. The last thing I want to do is stir the pot again. So I can say under oath everything I said before is true, and that's all there is to it.
What do you think of like David?
That's all there is to it, folks. Imagine that, huh? Now, Ali, why wouldn't he go
in the background?
Yeah. Why wouldn't he go? Why is he going and doing this documentary that's coming out? I think this year, end of the year. But he's not. He's not going to go over to. He's not going to go to Congress and go talk to him. It's so shady, man. You know, it's the worst.
I would love him to do that, though. That would be some fucking content. That's some content right there. Lazar goes in front of Lazar goes in front of Congress. That's meaty.
Yeah. I'm surprised Corbell put that in there though, man, because it does make Bob look bad.
He didn't need to do that. He didn't need to do that. But maybe.
I think he's trying to pressure him. I do. I think he's shoving at him. And he said, okay, well, I'm going to put you on here again and call you out again. Yeah.
Which, I'll be honest with you, I got a lot of respect for that.
Sure. Yeah.
Because maybe Corbell's like, well, he's seen the pressure.
Correct.
So he's like, well, come on, Bob, why don't you?
Yeah, I think Bob doing this makes Corbell look bad. I think it does. And I think he's kind of thinking, well, if you're gonna make me look bad, I'm gonna shove at you, make you look bad, until you show up or do something to kind of right the ship here on it, because it makes him look bad.
I mean, let's just say Lazar went in front of Congress and he said exactly what he said on Joe Rogan. He said
right
100 times before. There's no consequences.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean they can't prove him wrong.
They can't prove him wrong.
No,
lied. You've lied because we know you didn't do it.
Yeah, which is the strangest part about it too, you know? Maybe it's a moral thing for him. He just doesn't want to
Unless
go
he's
lie,
worried
you
about
know?
more people. Let's just say that it never happened. Let's just say that Bob Lazar did not work at Area 51. He didn't see crash flying saucers. He didn't work on crash flying saucers, yeah? Maybe he's worried that it's going to kick up something that he doesn't want stirring up.
He's doing a documentary though again. I mean, they're going to push that all over the place. It's
Yeah,
not like he's
document
not getting his
maybe
word out.
because it's in front of Congress. Maybe in his head, it's like, it's a little bit risky, that. It's a little bit risky.
Do you think he'd be afraid he's going to be asked the hard questions? Like, why did you own a whorehouse? You know, why did you remarry? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't think he likes to be... Yeah, but at the same time, he probably doesn't like to be asked the hard questions. This is why he probably doesn't want to do interviews. Possibility.
Well, I mean, he'll do interviews for money, but he's not gonna go there for free and put any risk out there. Yeah.
It'll be definitely pre-planned questions. Like, okay, what questions are you going to ask me and all that. You know, it must be some sort of his way to a certain degree.
I mean, maybe, but at the same time, I always think though that
that's it. Yeah, wanker's beard. Nice one.
I mean, but at the same time, I mean, they want Bob on their team, so I mean, I don't think they're gonna ask him questions. They're gonna piss him off, dude. They're not gonna do that anyway. I don't think he even worries about getting questions ahead of time in a situation like that. You know?
Yeah.
But he should go, man. He should go. If he's real, he should go. I don't think he's real. That's why he won't go. But
I think the UFO community will go wild. If he says fuck it, I'm going.
Dude, everybody in the world knows him. He's more famous than Grush. More famous probably than Grush ever would be. He's the ultimate. If Jeremy really wanted to get this on a main stage, dude, he would continue to try to get him to go.
He is now, but for my children, when they're older, who will be the ledge? Will it be Grush or will it be Lazar?
I still got an edge towards Lazar, man, because his story is just more entertaining, and entertainment's going to travel farther. I still think.
Do you not feel that? Okay, let's ramp this baby up. Do you not feel like the UFO subject though will kind of like almost get filtered as my children get older, like when we've got two boys fighting to take over this channel and like, you know.
Yeah.
We'd have a lot of kids, to be fair, because we've got Dave's kids, we've got Lee's kids, we've got my kids. There's a lot of kids just trying to take over this channel. So, you know, we've got a big fucking platform here. But do you not think that some of these kids, when they're older, they'll be seeing this content and the Lazar stuff, even the Area 51 story? Do you not think that's going to start?
No. You got to think, is ufology. It goes around in a cycle. We're still going to be talking about Roswell for the next 50 to bloody 100 years. It's going to be, it's now got a footprint in the UFO phenomena. This is what we always talk about. If we've got no content, we're going to end up talking about bloody Roswell. So it's going to be here for a long time, and our children's and our children's will be into it. You know, the same topics we're talking now. Just it seems to be a new one every month since last year.
Yeah, some of them do, Ali. You're right. I mean, people don't really, in some respects, you are for sure. I mean, people don't really talk about Pascagoula anymore. I mean, nobody really talks about Lonnie Zamora that much anymore. I mean, Roswell, Lazar. I mean, these are the big ones.
I love that case.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Aerial School came up and around recently, but
that's the first. That is the TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to think we've got such a big open platform now where all this information can come out. You know, I've been hearing cases that I've never heard before because, okay, I know it bashed Twitter, but you know, it's information that does come out. You know, I'm thinking, oh, I've never heard this case before, so it's more going to be in the public eye now than it's ever been before. So, give it 10 years, you know, be like, oh yeah, we know these cases. So Roswell might be a faint distant, because it's just it's definitely good with Roswell, So more of these possibly these small cases might get more of attention.
I think Roswell is quite possibly the most compelling and fascinating case of all time.
Yeah.
And they are trying to make us forget about it.
They will do when these documents come out.
Imagine if Roswell really did get debunked, though. That would smash a lot of this topic, dude.
I don't think it's gonna. I
No,
don't think that.
no,
I don't
probably
think. I
not.
don't think they can. I don't think they can break this community like that. And I'll say this. I'll be very disappointed. I will be very disappointed if some of the debunkers that I do like, and I consider friends, if they go with it.
What do you mean by that? Go with it. What do you mean?
If they try to destroy the Roswell incident, and something comes out next year, because we're going to get everything apparently next year that they've got from Roswell. That's you heard about that? You might have been on the show for that. I can't remember.
Yeah, Lee was talking about that. Yeah, Lee's been talking about that for months. Yeah.
But if we get everything from Roswell and it shows it to be all just, it was a weather balloon or it was a secret craft that we was working on at the time and this that happened and blah, 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 I'll be disappointed. I'll be more disappointed if ufology buys it. Because we've had the swamp gas, we've had the weather balloon, we've had the what's the other ones they use? Swamp gas, weather balloons.
Yeah, but the thing is, Ollie,
something else. Superman was that one?
Sure. I mean, yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
But the thing is, Ollie, people believe in we got 10-foot aliens walking around in malls, so they're going to believe in pretty much anything.
I'm inclined to believe that now. It's 2024, mate.
Oh yeah, I know. We're talking about bloody aliens being spiritual, demons and entities. Now it's
I'll believe those people until they show me that mall footage.
Oh no, 100%, 100%.
You show me those fireworks being let off. You show me everybody getting the shit kicked about. I've seen one person get.
Yeah, we got a video of it. Yeah,
get slammed. Yeah, that's happened. Show me the rest of the footage, and then I'll take that out of the equation and go, yeah, you're full of shit. I was full of shit.
I reckon give it like until the spring, a few months, and I reckon some little bits and pieces will pop out. I don't understand why you just bring out the bloody information saying, guys, look, here's the fireworks going off, nothing to worry about, case closed, move on with your life. But they're not, I understand the skepticism behind it, thinking, yeah, that doesn't make sense. But man, the amount of people are there, surely it's got to be something. It's got to be something.
I mean, it could be, though, that the police feel like they don't want to set a precedence here, though, where they feel like they have to keep justifying and pulling up all this video and spending all this time proving like that 10-foot aliens aren't there. They don't think it's legitimate enough. They think it's some social media trend that'll go away anyway. So there's no point in, giving it that energy. I could understand that a little bit. I mean, how many times would they have to do that? Everything after that, people would make them prove it, So I don't know. I can understand that side of it.
I think that the mall thing's going to get buried in the next few weeks. I think that's it's run its natural course. It's done what it was supposed to do. I think you're going to get I think you're going to get a lot of hate and backlash in the field when it comes to other UFO channels talking about this, when it comes to the Jellyfish UFO, because you're going to get so many people that have got a different opinion, and it'll end up with friends of channels attacking other channels because it's ridiculous. And well, how can you even believe that it could be a freaking life form? Or how can you believe that this is a
That's never happened before,
robot?
Ali. What are you talking about?
No, what? But it seems almost by design to me. I mean, going back to the this kind of like Ezekiel's wheel thing, chandelier, sorry, not Ezekiel's wheel. Does look like Ezekiel's wheel. We got a still. We got a fucking still.
Yeah. We still don't have the answer.
We still don't have the answer now.
God
Welcome
almighty.
to ufology.
Do you think we're gonna get a video from that?
Yeah, for sure. I think we will. I mean, that's what Corbell is saying, that the video is coming.
It will be extremely blurry, guys. This is the footage we're working with. It's going to
What
be.
What if it looks incredible?
It could.
It won't. It won't, guys. Come on. You know. Do you think?
Listen,
so do you
What
think?
if it does? What if it
do you
does?
think?
Yeah.
Do you think? Do you think Jeremy Corbell's gonna? You know. I think he's going to leave the best till last. I reckon, and I think this is one of many, guys. One of many.
Okay, this is what I want to say. Do you think there is any apologies coming Corbell's way from, like, let's just say Corbell's been playing it safe. He's purposely taken stuff out of that Jellyfish UFO because he actually doesn't know if he's going to get into trouble if he shows certain parts of whatever's the information at the bottom and what have you is. And also it has something to do with the chandelier UFO. It's because they are so kind of like the timescales very. When was the last time Corbell put something? He usually does it in drips and drabs. He's put the jellyfish out and he's put the chandelier out in the space of days.
Yeah. Well, that's because he needed 3 episodes for that docuseries. I think it's 3 is what it's down to. So he did it for the content. Yeah. Ali, there's no apologies in ufology, man. There's nothing but egos here. You know that. I mean, no one's apologizing to anybody. Which sucks because it holds everything back a lot. The community's just
You've just
apart.
explained why he did it then, because I didn't know that. I had a little bit of faith then. I had a little bit of
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's the more like me starting our podcast, dude. I mean, I've always followed the topic and paid a lot of attention, but the last 5 months, I've really paid a lot more attention than I ever have before, and especially to just the community itself. It's rough out here, man. Like I've been disappointed with a lot of it. It's hard to describe it. It's hard to like point out, pinpoint moments in it, but it's disappointing when people just can't have just a agree to disagree.
Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean by apologies, though? Because
I must not know.
Well, we're intrigued with this jellyfish, yeah.
Yeah.
But also, we kind of know it could just go on and on and on, and there'll never be kind of any conclusion to it. We can't prove that it was balloons, even though it doesn't really look like balloons, but it still could be balloons.
Sure.
Let's face it, it could be.
Sure.
I'm not a fucking balloon expert. But
I've seen you make quite a giraffe out of balloons. Quite a good one.
Yeah.
So.
I look at Jeremy Corbell and think, is he really that big of a grifter that people are saying he is? You hear people say, "God, Corbell's just a grifter. It's all a grift. It's all this. It's all that." And I would like to say that I'd like to believe that George Knapp being in this for so long that there must be some sort of kind of like intrigue to these people in this subject, that it's not just about that. when you get a passion for something, I don't want to think, oh, there's people in this world that will just go, yeah, I think I'll do this, and I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna make quite a bit of money off it.
I don't
Yeah,
think
and
he's lying though.
I'm going to make that in my entire career. I'm gonna make my entire career to lie about aliens and UFOs.
I don't know if it's a lie though. I don't know if it's that far. I just think it's strategically taking content and packaging it accordingly to a mainstream audience and taking advantage of that. Like this is the one thing.
Bingo.
This is the one thing, and God, I hope it doesn't cause some rift at all. But I'll give you this. Have you seen? I mean, most people have seen Jeremy, Alien Scientist, lately. You know, he's been on quite a tear with a lot of stuff out there, and he's, you know, he should get more exposure.
Definitely.
But I tweeted on a photo that he had posted saying something about, you know more about Corbell, the community does, more than you hear about me. And I really don't think that's a quality of content difference. I just think it's simply a packaging difference. To where when you look at Corbell, a reason why he's so successful is he took a look at what really moves in this field, what moves in mainstream documentaries, man. Digestible, easy to pick up and put down content, easy to understand content. And that's really what he takes advantage of. That's why he's so successful. Now it's hard to do what he does because the guy is creative and he is a good talker. He does have knowledge. He does have connections with Rogan and stuff like that. So it's not easy to do what he's doing. You can't just do that. But that's why. That's the whole point. I mean, he's just taking advantage of the process that works, and he still does like UFOs. I think he does. I think he's interested. Dude, you don't sleep on John Lear's couch because you don't like UFOs. You know, you don't stay there for a month.
I would love the Corbell story, how I got here.
I mean, a lot of that's on his YouTube. I mean, you can kind of put that together for yourself. I mean, when you go back and watch some of those videos,
but it's hazy.
Yeah.
It is,
right.
but you don't get the full, like, you know, he's gone from like getting in with Lear to getting in with Lazar to getting in with Joe Rogan. Like, I mean, I remember before Joe Rogan, he got in with Secure Team 10. Secure Team 10 was one of the channels that did the interview with him and Lazar. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, but he was in with Dolan too, Richard Dolan back in the day. That was when they interviewed that guy. I can't remember that guy's name, but that was like his first, I think, real break in this, if I'm right.
What was it with Dolan?
Yeah, they did it like I can't remember. It was a deathbed interview, or I think
was the Lazar on that as well?
I don't think so. No, this was a while ago. It was with the guy who was talking like, "Oh yeah, I seen the craft, and it was bad." They remember that voice? Remember how he talked, sitting in the chair? I think that was that guy.
It's a lot of people with that voice on you.
I know. I wish I could give you a better picture of it, but yeah, he's been around a long time, man. He likes the topic, bro. He knows what he's doing though. He knows how to monetize it. So
yeah,
what are you gonna do?
I did see a clip of him mentioning about, because he deals with property restorations, isn't he? That's his main job, and UFOs is more or less a hobby of his. But you know, you're going to make a documentary and not make some money. Because it takes a lot of money to make a documentary, so you want to get some sort of repercussion of profit from that.
Right.
So there could be. I see what people are saying when it comes to the word grift, which gets used a lot now. It seems a bit redundant. It's a bit like disclosure, in my opinion. But I see where people are coming from. You know, is he just doing it to make money? But going back to the photographs and the footage, you know, it seems to be in correlation, isn't it? There seems to be a pattern that he's going through. It's a marketing decision, isn't it? Really,
100%.
What he's doing, what he's doing. If that means it's grifting, well, that's your opinion, and you're entitled to it. But who knows, man?
Well, I mean, look, Nick.
I think the grift word gets splashed about far too much.
Yeah, see what I mean? It's like disclosure. It's like, oh, it means nothing now. You know what I mean?
Why don't we just say people really passionate about it and want to make a few bucks off it?
Profiteers.
There you go. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it would help to know who his sources were. You know, I mean, if you knew where the
Mm.
stuff was coming from, you could, kind of demonize him a little bit more about what's going on. But yeah, I mean, it's just delayed releases, man, so he can monetize it for sure, for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, it's Cole Hart's the same way, man. You know, they're all delaying disclosure. They're gatekeeping it. But not telling us where
He
it's at.
sat on fucking disclosure. He fucking knows where it is. There's a building.
Yeah, but so is George Knapp then, and so is Lazar, and then so is Corbell. Because I mean, I think in the Lazar doc that Corbell did, they kind of made it look like they were going into the woods to talk about the 115 and tell them where it is. I mean, that's what you're led to believe. So then you're led to believe that all of them are holding back disclosure too. Everybody is. Then all these people, that's what makes it such a damn mess, dude. Is you're just trying to get to the truth, and you're just come up with nothing but stories, and then people stonewalling, and you get that close, and then they yeah, but I can't tell you, and that's never changed. And I don't see how that's going to change until we get somebody to really kick the doors down and come out with some real hard evidence.
Well, so what would you do? It's goes for both years. Say for some reason, like
I know a question's coming.
in the next few years, like somebody approaches one of yours,
Yeah.
and says, "Listen, fucking love what you've got to give to the community. Yeah, I want you in this documentary.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pay you fucking 100 grand. Yeah,
Hey, that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, go for it. Yeah, go on.
fucking 100 grand. Yeah,
I'm listening.
But at the end of this, I want you to open this box. I want you to look in and go,
Dick in the box.
Yeah,
I want that surprised look, like you've just opened Pandora's box. What's in it? What's in the box? Where's a teddy bear? I want you to look surprised. Just for the next episode. What do you do?
Take the money, baby. It's ufology, man.
Do you say, fuck that, I ain't doing that?
Look, am I saying it's a hard decision, dude? Yeah, it's a hard decision. It's a tough moral decision in that. I mean, it depends. I mean, are you talking like in the context of like a UFO documentary, or are you just saying like a movie? I mean, because the context matters to that, right?
I mean,
are you trying to portray truth, or are you trying to portray fiction? That changes that a lot.
Yeah. When it comes to Bob Lazar and the 115, it's kind of like a different scenario. I suppose it is.
He's a real bastard for not just bringing that out, man. I'm telling you right now, if he's got it, man, come on, dude. If you have it, come on.
Dangling the carrot.
Also, I want to know if it's dangerous or not, because you shouldn't have that shit.
It doesn't have it, dude.
That sounds like an excuse, man. That's just an excuse.
He doesn't have
Listen,
it.
if he got it out of Area 51, it was probably up his ass anyway. Just, it can't be that dangerous. It's like, come on.
But when it comes to money, Dave said it many times. Yep. I'll say whatever you want. I'll say 100 grand. Yeah. I'll say whatever you want to a certain degree about aliens. But, yeah.
No, I would never say anything if I knew this subject was dangerous. And me and Dave spoke about this. I said, listen, it's much as we joke about this, we wouldn't sell out. Because if this subject was, if what we was speaking about, if what we're speaking about is real, and what we all believe it is, to speak about it wrongly could be extremely harmful if people are in your ear saying, we want you to do this.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing, though, is we never get to that point, though. I mean, we still don't have that confirmed. I go back and forth with that, too. Some days I think about, like we talked about before, James Fox saying that there's, essentially insinuating that there's going to be footage of that alien. And sometimes I think, to hell with it, man. Let them have fun and say stuff's going to be there when it's not. And who cares? Be silly about this. We're never going to get the truth anyway. And then other days I'm like, no, because if there is something serious to this, we should still try to hold some sincerity to it. I don't know. It's rough, man.
I would take the money. I would take the money. Look at me. Look at the camera. I would take the money. Okay.
Yeah,
100 grand.
it's not a hard or easy decision to make, dude. It's not, or a hard decision. I mean, it's one of those things you have to ask yourself, But context matters, because even like giving a reaction in a video like that, Ali, like the kind of what you're describing, that's still different than insinuating that you actually have footage, and putting it into a doc. That's different. One's more serious than the other,
Do you think any of them have took the money?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. You'd never know.
You couldn't say that about Joe Rogan.
You mean extra money? You mean extra money?
Yeah. Do you have any? Do you guys have an inkling that there's anybody in this community that's big, real big?
Probably Greer. I'd say Greer probably took money first. Yeah.
Really? Why would you say that?
He just seems like he'd be someone that would be offered a large amount of money, man. He had so much pull for so long.
I don't know why you say that. Why would you say that? I feel like,
okay, well, you went there. I wasn't there, but
I've not done that.
Yeah.
Why would you say the Greer took a lot of money?
Yeah, the Rockefeller connection doesn't hurt. Yeah.
I didn't think he was on holiday.
That shirt he's wearing does say "I'm here to party." Yeah, for sure. The pink shirt.
Does that look like Bohemian Grove sort of type landscape?
I don't know. I don't know where Bohemian Grove is. I can't remember, man. I think it's California, right?
Yeah, California.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys seen the. I don't know if you guys see. Sorry, I was going off topic. Somebody actually snuck in the original Bohemian Grove. It's actually been abandoned. They actually moved place, but this is where Alex Jones filmed their bit, and he actually goes into the owl.
Yes, I've seen that video on YouTube. Yep.
It's got over 1 million views. No, this is a guy. He actually snuck in. He actually took a bloody yacht across the river.
It's a new video. It's a newer video. Yeah.
Yeah, a new video came out last month. But yeah, check it out, guys. He actually snuck in there, but they've moved place. But he actually goes to the actual ceremony. This is when they used to sacrifice. I'm not going to say anything, but the what's it? Moloch, the god Moloch, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Dirty bird.
Who do you think took the money, Ali? I'm putting you on the heat now. You love to give us these heat questions, man. I got to put you there.
If I had to say who took the money, and went with it, I'd say third phase of moon.
Interesting.
That's it. No, I'm kidding. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I really we joke about it and say, oh, people can be bought. I genuinely don't know who would have been bought by higher ups, them. Even the joke that I made with Greer just then, I have no idea. I find it interesting but he makes no. Let's just put that he makes no. He doesn't try to cover that up that he was in with the Rockefellers. He spoke about that. Like Lawrence Rockefeller, he's mentioned that name many a time when he's in documentaries. He name drops all the time.
Well, so EG&G, part of it.
Yeah. Maybe if anybody would have been bought and paid off, it's probably people that are real big. Maybe not in the UFO community. I mean, the only one that's in the UFO community is Bigelow that I can think of that has. He's got access to things that. I mean, he's got his own fucking aerospace industry. So
yeah, but like, when do you think that would have happened, though? I mean, he's a billionaire, dude.
I have no idea.
I mean, NASA contracts and everything. I mean, how are you going to buy that guy off? I mean, the last thing he needs is money.
I've no idea when it might have happened. I have no idea.
That's why I say Greer. When you look at him pulling that
There
original.
might be a date. I don't know.
I don't think Linda Moulton Howe would have took it. I don't think they would have offered it to her, to be honest. Shots fired. I don't think it would have been her. She always kind of was doing her own thing, maybe, but she was never as big as Greer, in my opinion. So, I mean, Greer had the Disclosure Project and stuff like that. He was really moving. You know, he had a chance to kind of get the ball rolling and piss some people off early. And I think that's around the time that he could have got some loot if that was going to happen. But he's just a trauma doctor. So
true. Put it this way: the people that's been doing the UFO higher ups, as we call them in the community, going around the conference circuits, I don't think any of these people are getting paid off. Like Nick Pope and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You know, because they don't be doing the conferences.
What if they've already had the money, though? What if they've already had the big payoff and every so often they get a fucking bonus? I don't know. But in between, they can work the magic, you know? They can do the little thing. They can do the little dance and make a little bit of money on the side of it. Basically, you set up for life. Listen, you do this for me, son. You set up for life.
I need more than $100,000 to be set up for life.
Yeah. Oh, it won't be 100. Yeah, more than $100,000. You do this.
Yeah.
You do this every so often. I'm going to come and see you and give you a fucking. You know, all I need you to do is this: talk shit about UFOs. All you need to do every so often, I'll fucking post something through to you. Just follow the script. That's how it goes. It's for your country. It's for your country. You're doing the good thing.
You sound like a news outlet. I think if there was someone or some company being paid off, would be the news outlets when it comes to UFOs, because they're never going to get us the truth, regardless of what they say.
Because I don't think any of these people are bad. I don't think they're bad. Like the Greers of this world, whatever. If you think Greer's been paid off, maybe he has. I don't think he's bad. I don't think any of these people are bad. I think what they're doing is they're quite passionate about, but I think there's stuff that is kind of like slipped in there.
I mean, what about Doty? I mean, Doty probably, as I'm sitting here thinking about this now, that might have been just as good of an answer as Greer, to be honest. I mean, Doty's somebody that could still be getting checks, man. Not $100,000, but they could still be paying him. He did pop up on the scene, you know, recently, and he's kind of back out and about again. So it's possible, I guess. I don't know how likely, but it's if I got to answer the question, that's an option as well.
What about Lou Elizondo?
Yeah,
he's.
I mean, we've got to wait for the book. We've got to wait for the book.
Are you going to read? Are you going to read it?
Am I going to? If it's audio, yeah. Or I'm going to get my missus to read it to me.
Yeah, I was meant like reading it because I'm going to read it.
It's going to get read. It's definitely going to get read. I might get Dave and Lee to read it to me live.
A bedtime story, like
yeah, I was going to
say. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I could probably get my little boy to read it. He reads better than I do. But yeah, no, I'm going to read it definitely. I don't. I mean, if you're a UFO channel, you say you're not going to read Lou Alexander's book, or you're not going to get someone else to read it to you, then more fool you because you're not in the know. You know.
I think they're telling white lies.
Because you can't comment on it. You can't say, "Oh, he's talking shit" if you've not read it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean, when the book comes out, there's gonna be a new season of Diablo 4. I'm gonna make a new character and sit there and listen and play the game 100%. Yeah. Why would you not?
But the people that's going to be the marketing for Lou's book would be channels like this, and the amount of UFO channels. So we're actually doing him a massive favor by actually reading this book, but then scrutinizing everything, all the points. You know, there's people out there that's going to break everything down.
Can you imagine if it comes out? His book's actually is absolute fucking fire.
I mean, I don't see what it would be, but
can you imagine if there's stuff in that just makes you go, holy fucking shit?
bit like 30 Shades of Grey or something like that.
I can't see it. Can you imagine? You know,
Yeah.
I'm all for you know, going back on things, and I've said some shit about Lou on here. I don't know the
We
guy.
all have, mate. We all have.
He's been in the chat.
Yeah. He was in the chat. Yeah, he was.
I've had a few Lou's in the chat.
No, that was the legitimate one, 100%.
Yeah, who's Lou, huh?
Actually, I think we may have had the legitimate one once.
I'm sure dude, there's no way he hasn't seen your show. He was going all over the place, yeah.
There's no way none of the
Lou knows about every
Lou's,
UFO channel, guaranteed.
Every
Yeah.
Corbells, they look at this shit. They do, because it's their what I'm looking for.
They're trying to gauge their audience for sure. They're trying to
Exactly,
understand
yeah.
what's going on. There's
They
no way that
understand
they're not
what's
doing
going
that.
against them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying they sit around and listen to, you know, anybody's podcast for 2 hours on whole, but they're going out there getting the gist of it. They're seeing what the temperature's like out there. You'd have to. That's only that makes sense. He's not a dumb guy. I mean, he's smart. So I mean, I got to give him that. I'm sure he's looking around.
Do you think he's gonna make a reemergence after the book?
Dude, I mean, I only got 2 more weeks left on my prediction. I kind of thought he was going to come out this month for Lou and start promoting the book on News Nation. That was my guess, but maybe it's February. I don't know. I'm just spitballing, dude. It just seems like he wants to get that book out there at some point.
I feel like we need a bit of Lou at the minute. You know, we need some drama in the field.
We don't need CIA agents in the UFO community. Ollie, okay.
What do you think? You're going to keep him out? I mean, I'll be honest with you, Nick. Like, a lot of this stuff, like, to me, is like, we can't save the world, man. None of us. Like, we can't stop this stuff that's coming out. Like, we really can't. I mean, we can give our opinions out there. Maybe we get a couple of people, or throw a couple of starfish back in the ocean, you know, like that old story. But dude, you're not saving. If you're here trying to save the world, dude, I feel like you're kind of wasting your time. Like,
have fun with it.
Yeah, you have to have some kind of fun. I don't understand about being miserable the entire time, you know. I just don't see it. I'm not telling people to not try. I'm not that kind of person. Like, dude, don't even try. No, but I just don't be delusional though either. Like, you're not going to stop Corbell's next documentary, dude. It's not going to happen. If he wants to put one out, he's going to put one out.
This is also why, like, the UFO community, when they hate on like some of the debunkers, but you've got to understand that's an act. Some of the debunkers is an act because that is them. That's their channel. The whole shouty thing, the whole like the negative thing, that's an act. Me being inebriated after 2 hours, that's an act, right? You just need to understand that's the way it goes. You know, we kind of play to our audience, and that's it. But on that note, we have been going 2 hours, boys. Ice cream. What? And you've just interviewed like your fucking idol.
I mean, like he's right up there. He's one of my top 3 favorites, probably lyricists ever in music. We just interviewed Matt McDonald from the Classic Crime. They're like a punk rock, alternative rock band out of Seattle, and I've listened to them for like 15 years. They've been around for almost 20 years. He has making music, and we talked about their latest album they had out, and the reason why we brought him on is because they made the album cover with AI, which was very cool. And so he's really into just like embracing AI, and not only in that form, but also just in music. He's like, you know, this is what's coming, and you know, artists usually always lose, and we have to embrace what's coming. So but we talk about UFOs as well, and kind of the changing of times. It surprised me, man. He's actually really, really big into UFOs. And I was hoping that was the case. I went into it like, we'll see how much he wants to talk about this, but he loves it. So I thought the interview was very, very fun. It's on Terrestrial Material on YouTube. It's the latest one. It's called Grim Times. So you'll see it right on the top of the page when you go there.
It's a great AI piece of art that he got for that.
Very cool. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. I'm going to listen to some of his tunes actually, because I like to listen to new artists that people recommend. So yeah, it'd be nice to get a piece of terrestrial inside me.
Well, you know,
inside my mind, you know what I mean? Not
plus
inside me. Yeah.
Plus, it's nice to get somebody who's not like in ufology all the time onto a show, so you kind of get that outside perspective. You get a little bit more of that mainstream view of it, which, you know, we like to bring all the perspectives on this on our channel. So it's cool to be able to get all those angles.
Yeah, no, I'm going to listen to that. I'm going to listen to that on my way to work tomorrow.
All right.
I'm not going to work tomorrow. That's a lie. Monday. No, I'm not Monday either.
You grifter, you.
Yeah.
I know. Nick.
Yes. Oh,
What's
yeah,
going
mate.
on? You've been on fire recently.
Yeah, I'm doing a video at the moment called "The Women of the Real." Yeah. I've pushed out 4 videos last week. I've taken it steady a little bit because I'm really focusing on the real and the flying saucers.
I was going to say,
just
Nick, just 1 second. For some reason, I don't know if Terrestrial saw that.
Yeah, I did.
You speeded up, and you said, "I'm doing a video on the women of Frill."
Yeah, the women of Vril. Yeah,
Vril.
Yeah,
Vril. It speeded up, and you said Frill.
Vril. Oh, really? All right. Well, talk about Frill. Can I just show you a quick video? That's what I'm going to be talking about. Can you show that?
Look, is it a silhouette?
You can.
I can't see nothing.
Can you see? Is that a nipple? Can you see the nipple? Is that a nipple showing?
Can you see, if you can see a nipple, we can't show.
I don't think it's a nipple. No, it's a silhouette, mate. Silhouette. Flash it for like 2 seconds.
Okay.
Famous last word.
No, we can show that. We can show that. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what I'm going to be talking about.
So is that the Vril?
You took it right.
Yeah.
He's naked.
You know, look, we got it. Yeah, we got it.
It's all right. It's fine. It's on my channel as well. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about that. The real, the women of the real is going to get ooky spooky and quite sexy. So I might get banned off YouTube thinking about it, the content I want to put out, but we'll see. So that'll be coming up very soon.
So just quickly for the audience, before we fuck off, what is the women of Vril?
Well, it's part of the Nazi flying saucer mythology when it comes to the esoteric side. Maria Orsic, I don't know if you guys know Maria Orsic. I brought up a load of times. She's that woman there. She has 7. Anyone, she's like the office bike for ufology back in the German times. But she had 7 psychic sisters. And this was the power of real, the life force. It gets really ooky spooky, complicated. But yeah, the women of real, long blonde haired women, absolutely gorgeous, the hottest women you'll ever see. This is like, just wait, it's coming. Yeah, literally.
The slap from your girlfriend coming.
Yeah, she's like behind me, just like. So yeah, she hasn't seen the photos yet. So
so when's it coming?
It should be hopefully by Sunday.
So there you go. Yeah. It's coming, people, by Sunday. And if you watch it, you'll be coming too. There you go.
I've been enjoying the stuff, Nick. So you guys, seriously, he's been putting out some really interesting stuff. Go check him out for sure.
Yeah, cheers, man. And I know sometimes I don't pronounce words properly, but it's because of my accent. I'm from the Southwest. We sound like pirates. We're like farmers. We don't pronounce our words properly. You know what I mean? So you'll get used to it. Thumbs up, anyway.
But you are a pirate.
I am pirate. Yeah, I'm from pirate country. Cider.
There you go.
Farber and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's pronunciations. Yeah. So
Nick, it's all right. People think that I'm from a foreign country like halfway through a show. They're like, this guy can't pronounce shit.
You're just a flat earther. Let's be honest, dude.
Yeah. Well, people, it's been absolutely fucking awesome. We have got Billy Ray Valentine on this Sunday from the Infinite Fringe. That's going to be 9 p.m. I believe. That's me a live interview. So yeah, he's more of a podcaster on the conspiracy side, but
yeah,
big kind of a big channel. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. So yeah, check that out. We've got loads of interviews lined up, absolutely loads. Lee's been on fire with that.
He's working overtime.
Yeah, he is. He's like, I think we booked up till the end of March.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool. That's
Yeah.
every Sunday. And also, we are working on ideas for the third show of the week, which is going to be a little bit different to the Friday show. So we're going to keep the Friday show same platform as it is, just talking about ufology, bringing you guys on, other people on, just talking about the news in general with some ginger drunk. And we're gonna have the show with me, Dave, and Lee, where we interview people, and then we're gonna have another show, and I think that's gonna be kind of like Lee and Dave together, maybe bringing other people on. I don't know, but that's something we're kind of working out. So
That's cool.
You're gonna get a third show, people. So if you do like Alien Addict and you love us, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Share it out the channel. You can also become a channel member. That helps. It helps the platform. It helps us stay motivated. You can buy yourself a Dave Squatch t-shirt, an MH370 t-shirt, and I would say that you could buy some of these t-shirts and products, but Lee deleted all of them. So you can't buy any of those motherfuckers just yet until I re-upload them. But the other two you can. So yeah, if you wanna get them before Lee deletes them, do it, because that is trigger finger. Like, he will delete those motherfuckers.
You got to get the coffee mug. The coffee mug's huge. Yeah.
We're gonna we kind of like, and Lee was right, because he went on and went, do you realize you've got baby growers? And I'm like, I haven't, have I? He says, yeah, you've got baby growers. You've got Alien Addict baby growers. You've got 115 I Can Fly baby growers. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Because you can, when you're doing the Teespring thing, you can like just select loads of shit. And I think I just selected loads of shit. And Lee's like, it's a mess. And I looked at it, and it actually was a mess. So Lee meant to kind of like just put them down to t-shirts and a few stickers. Instead of doing that, he deleted everything.
Do you like the Teespring? Are they good? You like what you're dealing with them?
The products are good quality.
Yeah.
Really good quality. And the site could be worked on. So as a user, no. As a buyer, if I was a buyer, and I should say this obviously because I'm selling it, it looks incredible. So Dave's Dave's giant fucking cup that he's got all the time with his
yeah.
So he's just got the that. So that in the middle is a sticker.
Okay.
And he's got that now on the cup, and the quality is excellent. And also, I know. So the only person there's a few people that have got one, but only Compass sent me a picture of it. So I couldn't tell you. Let us know. Send us a message. What's the t-shirt quality like? Or send us a full frontal. We've got a side of Comp, but it's kind of like where he's sent it to. I think he sent it to one of his mates, and then it's showing the selfie camera. Where is it? I'll find it. It's on my Twitter. I retweeted it. I can't fucking find it. Where is it? Messages. There we go. There we go. I'll share that. There you go. It's it looks good quality. I couldn't tell you, but there you go. You got Com. Can you see that?
Yeah,
it's brilliant. He's a ledge. Com, I'm gonna have to bring you on the show. By the way, you're a funny guy. Yeah, thank you so much for the support. That is that is Comp rocking the t-shirt.
That's cool. Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
But I would like. I'm gonna what? Why don't I just order one? Just order one. Just order me. Why don't I order my own t-shirt? Yeah. Dave's ordered the t-shirt anyway, so Dave's gonna be rocking it. I'm gonna have the Alien Addict one. That's Dave's Squatch anyway. I'm gonna get the Alien Addict one when I re-upload it. And there is a funny one for Lee that's gonna be up on the channel. So yeah. But anyway, people, make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you've made it this far, you are aware of what we've been talking about tonight.
What stupid balloon?
I made an even better one. Can you beat it?
You got to put that on a t-shirt. Come on. That's pretty good.
I mean, I made that in 15 minutes, but you know, I think you can do better than that, people. Can you find out what this possibly could be other than Mick West's face or some Eid balloons? You know, I think it's more likely. I was all for it being shit. I'll be honest with you. I was all for it being shit.
Yeah, me too.
Until that person did that angle, and it's like, you blew me away. Whoever did that, you blew me away. Awesome. Anyway, good night. God bless. Mind the bugs don't bite, people. I'm Alien Addict. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and all that jazz. And make sure you hit that bell. And most of all, make sure you subscribe to these two motherfuckers because they make the show. Links in the description, people.
We all saw what happened, and it's pretty serious. A few seconds later, as soon as we started running, my nephew, he's autistic, so he was pointing behind us, and he was saying "blanky," which he'll usually say whenever he feels unsafe or scared. And he was pointing behind us, so me and my brother, we looked behind us, and then we see these 3 9-10 foot tall creatures. I'm not gonna say aliens. Everyone keeps saying it's aliens. I'm not saying aliens because I don't know what it was.
Mano, pior que mexe esquisito demais.
A video allegedly taken at a U.S. military base in Iraq in 2018, just released by a journalist named Jeremy Corbell, who claims that it was buried by the intelligence community. Look at this. He calls this thing, whatever craft it is, Jellyfish.
And today he dropped yet another image of a separate UFO sighting. It's being called the Chandelier UFO because of its shape. A new documentary series hosted by Corbell shows the moment he speaks to an unidentified U.S. intelligence official about this puzzling image.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
West, I am in your DMs on Twitter. Like if you, I mean, I will literally, 50-50, we could make a t-shirt on that. I think it'd go down. I think it'd go down swell.